Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. I talk about episode 5 of season 18 of The Bachelorette because the season has started now officially.
Oh, we are in the thick of it. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And we are on Patreon. You can support us on there, patreon.com/Nerdtainment.
That's right. Join us.
Please do.
If you would like.
It's cheap.
It is. I mean, what a selling point.
Yeah.
We're cheap.
Yeah.
Right here. So cheap. Was this my favorite episode? Maybe?
So all that, remember last week you were like, there's no chemistry with anybody. Like, where's the chemistry? We found it.
Well, and I think I also was like, when are Joe and Nayte going to get one-on-ones? Obviously, we know that's where the chemistry is.
Yeah.
And then when we realized they were going to Minnesota, deep within my heart, I said a little prayer and I said, Joe and Nayte get one-on-ones in Minnesota. And the Bachelor gods answered me.
Yep. It's the timing thing we talk about a lot with this season. Like the first one-on-one date is like, okay, they're probably going to make top 4 or 5 maybe, but right around here when we've had a few, Michelle's like getting the kinks out on these, the early one-on-ones, and now we're ready to go out with the guys that she's really gonna take seriously. So
yes, I feel it, and I feel good about this. But first, we're gonna see all the guys load up. They're leaving their little hotel in the desert. They're headed to Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Did you notice Brandon has 4 suitcases?
No, I did not.
Everyone has like 2 roller bags, but he had to get one of those carts that had 4 suitcases stacked on them that he was pushing.
Do you think he brought notes?
Nope.
Were notes in one of those suitcases?
Luckily, no notes
no
for
notes.
him. But I guess he likes clothes.
Clothes.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Maybe he paid for the extra luggage himself. The producers are like, look, we're only covering 2. So if you want to bring extra, it's on you. You're paying the fees.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll
he
do
did
it. Yeah.
He did it. Then we see Michelle sit down with her parents.
Yeah, right. We get to see
Minnesota.
the parents again. I love her mom's bangs so much. They are classic mom bangs.
Are they? I don't even know what her mom looks like right now in my head.
She's just the sweetest Midwestern woman you can imagine.
Right.
And she's just got it's a little bit of a helmet haircut, lots of hair, Aquanet hairspray up in that thing. And it is just she's the sweetest mom ever. Like, she's always on the verge of tears.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're so happy.
Yeah.
Yes, they're so happy for Michelle. They're on this journey with her.
Yeah.
And Michelle's like, I got some good guys.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
She's feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's about to go on one-on-one dates with some of those good guys. When the guys show up, Joe's like, we out here, Minneapolis, baby. And I have to imagine he's like, I mean, I could hit some other people up potentially now that we're back, now that I'm home.
Like, this is my stomping grounds right here. I should say, you and I, we frequent Minnesota ourselves, and I found myself recognizing quite a few places.
Oh yeah, I ran by that football stadium this summer when I visited my brother.
Yes!
Yeah.
I'm headed there in 2 weeks.
Oh, very nice.
Yes,
fun.
we love it. I was
do.
like, been there.
Yeah, Minneapolis is a really fun city.
It is.
Like, I mean, I think people on the coast might be like, Minneapolis, but like, it's a great city and there's a lot to do. Like, this isn't some like small Midwestern town that they're going to for the rest of the season. Like, it's big.
It is a city.
Yeah.
It's got a theater scene. It's got really good restaurants and bars. Like, they've got their whole craft beer scene, like most cities.
Fireworks. They've got the whole kit and caboodle out there in Minneapolis.
It's very important when fireworks show up on a date. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So all the guys are together when they like come to see Michelle for the first time.
Yeah, they're outside, right? Like, she's not meeting them in like a hotel lobby or anything. She's just meeting them in a park somewhere, and she's like, I'm gonna steal Joe for the first one-on-one.
How awkward was this little moment? They're all expecting a one-on-one. They all think that they should get one. And then they watch Joe, like, excuse me, I gotta walk through the circle.
They watch him walk away
to go up to her, and then, okay.
Because normally there's a one-on-one date card and there's a process that we're used to. And Michelle's like, I'm just going to cut through all of that. Come here, Joe. We're leaving right now on this one-on-one.
But the other guys should have known this was happening.
Yeah,
I knew this was happening.
Yeah.
He's the Minnesota local. Of course he's getting this one-on-one. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Of course.
And then I love, like, normally, again, with a one-on-one, they go off and we're getting confessionals from Michelle and Joe about how excited they are to finally be connecting. And this one at the top was just the guys being like, oh, Joe, man, oh, yikes, Joe is in Mindy. He's from here. You know, all the guys are so nervous and they keep cutting back to the other men at the top of this one-on-one.
Well, they're like, he's got a leg up. Look at all of the things that they automatically have in common. And here they are together. Just being in common together at this point. But this is going to be one of the cutest dates I've ever seen. My first note is, though, if they ever stop kissing.
No, truly.
They barely got out on the date.
You can't. They're on the kiss cam in the beginning of the date. Like, it's just leading with kissing.
Yes, they get to throw the pitch and at the Twin Stadium. I don't know. This seems like fun things I would want to do. Yeah,
it is. It's like very Minneapolis for the two of these people. And then she brings him to her high school. They make a big deal of her showing him her exact locker, as if like everything you need to know about a person, you can tell from their high school locker. Which
looks exactly the same.
Right.
Of all of them.
I'm like, are you sure it's that locker, Michelle? Because they all look alike to me.
I mean, I feel like that's what he said. Like, he was like, you know which one it is? Like, I feel like he was saying what we were saying. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Who cares about a locker?
Are you sure?
But what I do care about is that she went over to that case that every high school has, and she pointed herself out. I'm sorry, but I'm not in the case at my high school.
Oh, really? I'm in the case. I'm in the case. Yeah.
David just went, oh, really?
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're not? I'm shocked, said David.
I was an overachiever.
Okay,
you know,
what are you in the case for?
Well, I was on
basketball.
no, certainly not. I was like on the academic wall of fame, you know, like that kind of thing. I was not racking up any athletic accolades, but for academics and music, I think I was on maybe a plaque for music.
Okay. Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on your plaques. That's still not the athletic case.
No,
the athletic case is like there's like a halo over it.
There's
and
like
a spotlight.
Prestige,
yes.
to athletic stuff for sure.
She gets to show herself off in the case.
Well, she does. Yep. Then they sit on the bleachers.
Well, no, then they play basketball.
Oh, right. They do one-on-one basketball because that's their thing.
That's their thing.
They love playing basketball together.
But don't you love watching them play basketball together?
It's fun.
It's the most enjoyable basketball.
What I don't love, I'll say, I could do without the yearbook flipping through.
Oh, yeah.
That's just awful. Like, I know you care about your yearbook. I care about my yearbook. Nobody else cares about your yearbook, right? Even if you're in it a lot.
I barely care about my own yearbook.
Yeah, right.
Barely.
So if you don't even care about it, nobody else does. So that was a little like, get this over with. But the one-on-one is super fun. And they're just like both in their element. And we've seen them. This is like the third time we've seen them play basketball one-on-one together. They love it. It's their thing. Then they sit on the bleachers and Michelle's like, you know, you're kind of giving me nothing. Like, I definitely feel the chemistry. We kiss, but like, I gotta pull something out of you. Like, where's Joe? You know?
Right. Was she trying to be complimentary at the top of like, I wasn't sure if she was like, I love that you're kind of reserved, but I need more, I think is what she was saying.
Yeah. She said it nicely.
Yeah. Which is fair. He has been so reserved.
Low-key, yeah.
Which I appreciate because he has stayed out of the drama.
Well, and I think it kind of speaks to Joe didn't come here to be on TV.
Right.
Right? He's not necessarily like jockeying for camera time all the time.
You got to appreciate that when we're actually thinking about an actual real partner and not just being on a TV show together.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that qualities that you actually do care about here?
Yeah. Right.
One thing that concerned me when they were playing basketball. I mean, first off, Michelle is so good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this could be just editing, but she made every basket she shot.
Yeah.
Right? And at one point she was like, I'm beating you or whatever. I was like, girl, you're so good. And then I was like, I almost feel like, because she was giving him like, I got you, I got this, but he wasn't really giving it back to her, which made me worried for him.
Oh.
Because not everybody can handle that kind of smack talk.
That's true. Yeah.
Right? So if one person's like, I got this, I'm going to beat you, and the other person's like, haha, then I'm like, oh, wait. You're supposed to say it back.
Right, we're having fun.
Right. Yeah. You're supposed to be like, nah, I got you.
Right.
Or maybe we don't do that kind of talk to each other.
Yeah.
That was my one concern at this point.
Okay. Well, he, acknowledges, yes, I know, like, I'm not the most verbose person, but it's kind of like, my dad's like that too. It reminds me of the date with Martin, where Martin was like, oh, I'm a bad communicator because my dad was a bad communicator, right? Like this is kind of a recurring thing, whatever, you like inherit bad qualities from your parents, I guess.
I honestly don't buy that, but.
Well, that's enough for Michelle.
It's the shtick of the show.
Yeah, that's enough for Michelle. And they kiss again, back to kissing.
Oh, I didn't know they stopped kissing. Okay. Back to kissing. Oh, but also we got to swing on back to get a date card for the group.
Right. So guess who it is?
Everybody but
Nayte.
Right. Of course. Because the Bachelor gods answered me.
Yes. Yeah. We just got to get into these guys that we're taking seriously now. Chris is annoyed, of course, because Chris is the one who, tried to throw Nayte under the bus last week, and now he's realizing that it didn't work.
Yeah, no, he was genuinely like, she's obviously going to repay me for giving her that valuable information with this one-on-one. He said something like that. And then, oh boy, howdy, when it's Nayte that gets the one-on-one, he can't handle it. He cannot handle it.
He's mad. Yeah. Then we flip back to dinner. Right? With Joe. Joe is, becomes a very intense conversation. In fact, they did the title card at the top of it. Where
yes,
it was this is talking about suicide and all this stuff. So you kind of know
oh boy, we're about to get in it.
We're getting into it. He, opens up about this moment in his life where he broke some bones, 3 bones in his foot or something like that. And it didn't seem like it was a horrific injury necessarily, but it affected his ability to compete and play basketball. Right. And that was such a big part of his identity, to the point where when he couldn't do that, he's opening up to Michelle and getting very emotional about I was considering suicide at one point, I lost who I was.
Right. And this is so real. This is so true for a lot of athletes. And then also some other dancers, other people who just spend their childhood in this one focus.
That's right.
And the amount of people who then move on to do it professionally is so small. The percentage is so small. So the majority of those people have to come to some sort of who am I? And I can only imagine with injuries and surgeries, and you've got that downtime where you're not even able to practice the sport that you've been doing forever, just can play just really mess with your head.
And you're who am I?
Who am I now?
Who am I without
What do I do now?
Yeah.
And he left his college. He went back home. He really had to start his life over again. And it's refreshing that he is able to talk about it with her, and all of a sudden he's so emotional,
and it definitely feels like it's one of those things that he's not sharing with everybody. I mean, why I'm sure you don't go around telling just anybody this, but this is him showing effort, right? It's kind of his response to, you never give me anything, and he's I'm going to give you the most intense thing in my life, So he really is showing Michelle, I'm here to show you what I'm all about, and show you the parts of myself that I don't show everybody. She's super grateful to be seeing this side of him. Of course, she's not this is super news, or, she's meeting the moment appropriately emotionally, but she's just grateful that he's opening up and that she's getting to see this side of him. So Of course he gets a rose.
Of course he's going to get a rose. Oh my God. He probably could have said nothing and he was going to get the rose.
Yeah.
But I think she gets it. She also played basketball forever. Right. I think she understands what he's saying and where he's coming from. And I think she has shown us that she appreciates somebody who gets sort of deep with her.
Yeah.
Seems to be her thing. So overall, I'm in love. They're in love. It's just a lot of love.
A lot of love. They go on the Ferris wheel. They make out on the Ferris wheel. They just never stop kissing.
Never stop kissing.
You know, so.
I'm feeling good at this point. And you know what? She's feeling good too. You can see it in her. Like, she like bounces up the next day. She's like, what? This is great. Living my best life. Love it. Feeling so good.
Like, wow. I am so happy to be back in Minneapolis.
Yes. Energized. And you're like, yeah, we can tell.
We know why. Yeah. Now we've got the group date though.
Okay.
We're at Vikings Stadium, right?
The other.
The guys are like, yeah, let's do this. We're men.
We're gonna play some football.
And Michelle's like, bring out the Vikings, and they bring out actual Vikings.
This made me so happy.
Me too, because I thought I would have loved to have been the producer who pitched this.
Yes.
It's so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like, we've got older, bigger men in ridiculous outfits. And the Bachelor guys are now disappointed they're not playing football. I mean, come on.
What more could you want?
Producer's dream here.
Yes.
This is.
And then it's just like, none of it makes sense, right? Because they're like, challenge number 1, yell really loudly. Challenge number 2. After they yell. And then they're like, challenge number 2, throw a log. Oh my God, what?
Sure, absolutely.
Are Vikings known for throwing logs?
Sure. Let's say yes. Absolutely. This was absurd.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Truly.
But honestly, let me tell you what we're doing.
Let me tell you.
We're bringing Clayton into the spotlight.
We are, and we're also putting Chris in a horse costume. That's what we're doing.
Let us not forget. Let us always remember.
We are going to humiliate this
the way they edited that. Who was it? Was it my narrator, Casey?
Oh, of course.
Who was like, we got Olu's abs.
Yeah.
We're showing off Clayton's body.
Yep.
And then we're showing off Chris as a horse's ass.
Yeah. I mean, truly the narrator of the season. It just really just frames the picture for us so well.
Perfect.
Beautiful. They come out in their, Game of Thrones garb, and now they're going to eat disgusting food. Okay. I don't know. Sure. Vikings eat disgusting food, I guess.
Right. Sure. It's food that the average American doesn't eat. So let's throw it in there and make sound effects and watch the guys be uncomfortable. And honestly, they're all troopers except for Chris.
I don't think I can do this.
He's literally
I can do this.
Saying, I can't do this.
I can't do this.
Then when they're going to arm wrestle, he says, I'm going to forfeit. I mean, what a party pooper.
I know. He's
such a party pooper. I honestly feel like we've already discussed how Clayton gets a lot of airtime when they can't show us any footage of actual chemistry. So you question, why are you getting so much airtime? Must be other reasons. And then here we are on a date where I was like, I feel like this was just for Clayton to win a date and get
100%
to be part of the storyline.
Yep. I mean, we see him he's shining throughout.
Yes.
He does the crazy yell and he's very strong. He wins at arm wrestling. Another important piece of this date is that Michelle is getting attention throughout. The guys are there for her.
Oh my God. This was my fear. As soon as she was like, y'all got to make me the center of attention, they were like, Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle. Everyone had to swing by and give her a peck.
Yes.
Before they did anything. They're like, haha, Michelle, I'm going to throw a log. I was like, oh my God, I roll.
Yes.
But, you got to do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like Rodney did fine.
Yeah.
I feel like Rick really tried with that yell.
Rick. He tried with that yell. He tried.
But we're still got to focus on Clayton, you guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what is winning, right? In this in this date.
No, we cannot judge.
It's all dumb.
Yes.
So Clayton is the winner.
Yeah.
Obviously. He's the ultimate Viking. They put him in a stupid hat that he has to wear while Michelle is saying, like, you know, thank you for everything.
He didn't even get a bomber jacket. Like, what was this?
No.
It was such an obvious setup just to say Clayton's name.
Yep.
Can't.
So he's the winner. You know, he doesn't even necessarily get anything.
Nope. He doesn't get extra time with her.
Yeah.
He does not get anything. It's just so they can say Clayton's name.
Exactly. To give him airtime. So then we do we get the one-on-one card? Or do we start like
no, we have the after party.
Oh, right. They go right into the after party. Clayton does get the first one-on-one time that we see in the edit.
Right.
So it's very much like Clayton has arrived. Pay attention now to Clayton. You know?
Look at Clayton. How they have no chemistry, but look at Clayton.
Yeah, right. And then
he asks her if she's always been this confident, which I do appreciate that he's asking her about her. Again, I think they're showing us this because they have no chemistry to show us. But at least he's asking her about her because she does want to feel seen, right?
Sure.
So that's a plus for you, Clayton.
Absolutely. Good for him.
Yeah.
Brandon gets Nordic fish, which are Swedish fish. She's like, oh, I have some better fish for you to eat now. And they're just like goofy and silly together.
Why are they on the
all
stairwell? They didn't even get to go to a room. They're sitting on the stairs and then they look out at the window from the stairwell. It was very awkward. But he's so cute. He's so invested in her. I think he says something like, I'm invested in her. And it just breaks my heart every time because it's not going to work out.
It's not.
This is not the one.
It's not.
But he's so cute about it.
Really cute. And I think he like gives her an element of like silliness and levity that she doesn't get from a lot of the other guys. So she's going to keep him around for a while, I think. But it's not.
Now we are going to go get that date card.
Yeah.
Where Joe has to read it for Nayte.
Yeah.
And did anyone else find this whole setup hilarious?
That the two of them are together. Like
just sitting in a room together.
I actually was a bit surprised at how friendly they were. Like there didn't, because I would have been like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to help feeling some kind of way about the other guy who is clearly my biggest competition sitting right next to me. There's like, why is there no tension? But there didn't seem to be a ton.
They seemed like they were besties.
Yeah.
They seemed like they were best buds.
Yeah.
And they're going to be each other's best man, whoever wins.
Right.
Like, I felt like that was the energy I was getting. And then Joe was just like, all right.
Yep.
Nayte.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hope you can swim.
Right. It's almost like they're high-fiving.
Yes!
Like, yeah, Michelle loves us both. Way to go, dude.
Like it's us. We got this. What? I don't know. Or is this just like they're really good at just sort of being like
compartmentalized kind of thing? Yeah. Or maybe like neither of them is necessarily like head over heels yet. So they both kind of feel like we're still on TV, you know, like it's all good. But maybe once feelings get more intense, it'll be a little more awkward. But it was definitely like chummy vibes, whereas I expected some kind of awkwardness. Like, okay, you just came from a really great one-on-one, and I'm about to go on a really great one-on-one. So it's one of us.
It's one of, I mean, I think they know it's one of them.
Yeah.
We all know it, right?
We all know. Then we go back to the group date. And from here on out, it's just about Chris drama at the group date.
Okay, first note. Why is Martin the one talking to Chris? Martin is always the one with the villain.
Bad guy. Martin's like the villain sidekick.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Martin kind of becomes a little bit of a villain
he's
himself
the next one.
this episode. Yeah. But Chris is just not getting time. He's pouty. He's not happy about this group date, that she's not pulling him aside. Like, is she not going to say thank you to me for what I did for her? Seriously? She's not going to pull me aside?
He was like, I obviously wasn't, my best, like, chipper self. She's not going to ask about me?
Yeah.
I was like, sir,
oh my God.
What show do you think you're on?
You are not The Bachelor.
You are not. Whoa. He was so into complaining.
Oh, yeah.
that he did not go ask for time with her.
Yep.
That's the moral of the story.
When Leroy is getting time and you're not.
Who's Leroy?
Yeah, exactly.
Leroy. We saw him.
Yeah.
Be like,
boop, boop.
My turn. Everyone is taking the time to interrupt and get their time with her. And he's over there talking to a producer or eating the food at craft service or whatever. He was not even there. All of a sudden, she's like, is this everybody?
She sits down. Yeah, she's ready to give out the rose. And she's like, are we missing anybody? She's like doing the math in her head. Like, is everybody here? Probably would not have been able to guess who was missing until he walked up and was like, oh, hey, sorry. I was like eating the shrimp cocktail. And she's like, great. So we can get started. Okay. Here is the rose. And she gives it to, well, first, before she even hands out the rose, she's like, well, let's wrap up the date. And I love when they cut to Chris and he's like, wow. Just annoyed.
He can't believe all that she's done to him.
Yeah.
And you can see it on her face. She's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Like when he walks in, she's like, oh, it's Chris. And then I think she finally realized, I didn't talk to Chris tonight.
And I don't care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not a good look, Chris.
No, she clearly had to keep Chris.
Yes.
She was forced to keep Chris by the producers.
Which we knew.
And she does not care about giving him any kind of time of day this episode. So she's just like, oh, great, Chris, you're here now. Clayton, do you accept this rose?
Clayton.
Duh.
Hey, you asked me a question about myself.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Here's a rose. You get this rose.
Well, Chris is obviously not happy about that, but he's got more
not even a thank
problems.
You. Michelle did not even give me
Then we get a great line from my bestie, the narrator, Casey, who says, if you thought Chris threw something last week, he's way more desperate this week.
No, he is an idiot and he's desperate. Like,
you're like, good point, buddy.
Yeah, Dax Shepard just lays it out for us. He is the perfect narrator. I'm going to miss him for sure. Now we go to genuinely the realest one-on-one date I've seen in a long time on this show. This is an actual date that people would do when they're not on television. This is real, y'all.
This is real. Look, they're out on Lake Minnetonka.
Oh, gorgeous.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
She's driving the boat, which, girl, look,
Get it.
She has driven most of the time. Like, even when they get into a car, she's driving.
Yeah.
Watching her drive a boat, I was like,
I know.
She is a boss babe.
She really is.
I would like to be her when I grow up.
And then she's like, actually, it's not a one-on-one. I brought my friends because I want to introduce my friends to the love of my life.
Yeah, basically. She's like, you need to meet some people because I really need to know if this is going to work. Because I feel like you're the one.
But they're just like, they're sitting in a boat. He's sitting, they've got their like glasses of rosé, sparkling rosé. He's got his arm around her. Yep. It just looks like they are a couple. Yep. And her best friends are like, so Nate, give us the dirt. Like, who's here for the wrong reasons?
Yeah, he's like, there is this guy.
Yeah.
He tried me, but it's all good. Like, he sums it up in a real mature way.
Yeah, but it's not like, so Nate, like, what's your deal? There's no guard up from the friends. They're like, Nate, we've heard about you.
Yeah.
And so tell us everything. We want to get to know you.
They talk about, this is the first time that we hear them say, we have a chemistry. And even she's saying it. And he's like, yeah. They're like nodding along. Like, it's clear we have a chemistry.
Yeah.
And best friend Allie, who, girl, you and I, we same. I never like my friends' partners.
Yeah.
Always am like, I don't know about that one. And she's like, I don't know, I kind of like him.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm usually picky, but something about him. I was like, this is real.
Yeah. But like both of these one-on-one, think back to the one-on-one with Rodney, where they're handcuffed, ripping open packages. There's no silliness in either of these one-on-one dates, but especially Nate's. Like, there's no gimmick here. They're just on a boat on the lake. This is how they would be dating if they lived in Minneapolis together. Like, it's just so normal. And back at the house, Chris has a lot to say.
A lot, you guys.
And it can't wait.
No.
He's got to say it now.
Who's he talking to?
Who is it? Is it Joe?
It's Martin.
Martin.
Martin, I'm on to you. I see the pattern.
Yeah.
You and the villains.
Martin's like, Chris, you're a good dude.
Yeah.
You know?
You're a good dude.
People got the wrong idea about you,
I don't
Chris.
know what everyone's
And Chris is
problem
like,
is.
you know what, Martin? You're right.
Yeah.
I got to clear this up.
Chris says her infatuation with Nayte. And I was like, I don't think you understand how chemistry works. I don't think you know what a connection means.
Yeah. When someone likes you, they can become infatuated with you.
But it is festering in him. He just cannot handle this. He cannot process that he is losing to Nayte.
Yeah.
It is just eating him up inside.
It really is. And like, when we go back to the dinner with Nayte, like, I can kind of see why, because now it's like fully Michelle opening up to Nayte about her, toxic past relationship. Like,
they go flippy flu here.
It's not like, okay, win me over.
Tell me your deep secret.
Won me over, and now I need to divulge information about me, because this is a two-way street and this is a relationship.
They are so connected. They are wearing the same outfit.
Yeah.
You guys. They both have on the white colored shirt. Hers is a dress, his is a shirt, whatever. They are so
matching.
Connected. They are matching.
Yeah.
And she is like being so open with him, talking about past awfulness, and she's getting emotional.
Yeah.
And it's like he's just there for her.
Yeah. He is like an emotional, like, pillar. He's that shoulder to cry on.
Yep.
She's ready to like show him these private parts of herself. And this is the real deal.
Yeah. But also Chris is going to show up.
He shows up. I laughed out loud when he showed up to the date. I was like, no, he did not. This is
Tell me
amazing.
how he thought this was going down.
Exactly.
I get that the producers egged you on, because you said, I got to tell her. And they were like, would you like to get in a car and tell her now? And he was like, yes, I would. And they were like, great. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Because there was no way this was going well for you, Chris.
No. And it doesn't go well.
No.
So he pulls her aside. I mean, she's kind of like,
first off, she's like, the audacity, sir.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I am with my soulmate.
I'm with my husband. We like, what are you doing here?
Why are you here?
You're not even my ex. Like, you're a stranger to me. What are you doing? But she's like, let's go talk.
Okay.
And you just kind of know right away where she's like, I'm just going to wrap this up, Nate, and I will be right back.
Yeah.
But she takes him aside and he's like, I'm insecure being here. I feel like you're not appreciating me and everything I'm doing for you.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, here's the deal, Chris. I'm not looking for a man to speak for me. And you spoke for me.
Yeah. Yep. So bye. I mean,
Truly
she
bye.
has the upper hand here.
Yes.
Always, Chris.
Yeah.
So you coming to say, I warned you about him and you didn't listen to me. I have to imagine, if he is smart at all, he knew he was leaving and he just wanted to go out with a bang.
With her in a blaze of glory. Yes,
yeah.
Right.
Because if you thought that saying those things would get a response of, oh my gosh, you're right.
Oh my God.
How did I not give you all this respect that you deserve?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
he also like accuses her of being fake on the group date. It's like just bad all around. Yeah. He was like, you acted like everything was fine on the group date. It's just like a mess. It's a mess.
Oh, dear.
And she's
Mama
just like,
Bev has some astrology.
It's personal to Chris, and he did the right
he thinks he did the right thing, because Virgos do the right thing.
Okay.
Scorpios do take things very personal. It is a personal attack.
Yeah.
That she would not listen to him or whatever the issue is.
Well, she's like, this is not going anywhere. Goodbye.
Yes. She's like, this is my show. And actually, when you piss me off, I just get to walk you out and you are no longer on my show.
Right.
So peace out to you, yo.
Yep.
I'm not even going down the escalator. Okay.
No.
Bye.
Then they like cut to Nayte and he's watching and like, he's like, yes, like Chris S is gone. He's like,
that's my girl.
Yeah.
She does the right thing. She gets rid of that dude. Yeah.
Yeah. And then fireworks. They go out onto the balcony. The fireworks are literally like right next to the building. They are in love.
David, you know the history of the Bachelor franchise.
Yeah.
What do the fireworks mean? Because I'm under the impression that points to the one or a serious contender.
A very serious contender. Yes, indeed. I mean, they do a lot of fireworks in general, I will say on this show. But let's not forget, Rachel got the fireworks last year
with Matt. It is, it's the time when the producers are like, yes, you guys, you are seeing it too.
It is like the heavy-handed metaphor here of like, when you find the love of your life, it's fireworks. You know, you're feeling the fireworks when you kiss them, blah, blah, blah. Like
the fireworks. We're just going to do real ones for you guys to see.
Yeah.
I was like, did we just not leave the stadium? Is that what happened today?
Yeah, I guess they just booked it for the full day.
It for the day, and they were like, we'll set up a dinner here. It's not romantic, but whatever.
Right.
Nate, and she doesn't eat out. It's automatic.
Yes.
With them.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So obviously he's going to get a rose here too, besides fireworks.
Yeah. Right. Yes. So going into this cocktail party, we've got Joe, Clayton, and Nate as our guys with roses. Michelle walks up and she's like, so obviously Chris is not here. And good riddance.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of you for the attention this week. Yeah. And like, let's keep this moving. I don't want to talk about Chris. I don't want to hear his name ever again.
No, please. And thank you. Rodney has a little soundbite here that he says, this is the best group of guys he's ever been around. And I was like, that's so nice because I do feel really good about most of these guys.
Yeah.
She did a great job of, you know, I think she's forced to keep a villain for a certain amount of time, but she was like, and then I will nip it in the butt. Like it is,
you're gone.
You get your one episode and then you're out.
Yep.
And I really appreciate how this season has gone.
Yep. Right. Like so she, I think she walks outside with Rick first. I was a little like, why are they just filming them on the sidewalk? But okay, they're taking a little walk. There's a person playing a piano, and they kiss. And then we got to Olu, Rodney, and Leroy talking about like, who are the weak links? Like everybody else is good. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it's Olu and Leroy are the weak links. Like, am I wrong? Like it's these two guys that Rodney's talking to right now. I mean, they're going to make a big thing about Rodney feeling insecure, but I'm like, it's literally the two dudes that you're talking to are the weak links, Rodney. Like, you don't need to be concerned.
Leroy's like, I haven't been on the show
yet,
so it's definitely me. I mean, honestly, though, at this point, I know it's Casey and Leroy.
Yeah.
It's even though like Olu's just getting a little bit more airtime. A little bit.
He did have like the emotion moment last episode.
Like we do get to see, even if it's not a lot, we do get to see him on these little dates with her.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty confident that I'm losing my Casey and Leroy at this point. But Martin's like, hold my beer.
Hold my beer. We got to talk about high maintenance women.
Martin. Just with every open word, he could not dig himself deeper.
No, because here's the he thinks he's complimenting Michelle, right? He's like, thank God you're not high maintenance like all those women in Miami. And Michelle's like, let me tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to trash my sisters in Miami when you try to compliment me. So she, you see the wall kind of go up immediately. And she's like, so what makes a high maintenance woman? Explain to me what you mean by high maintenance woman. And he's like, well, you know, they expect a guy to do everything and pay for everything. And she's like, so how is that high maintenance compared to a high maintenance man, for example? She just is not amused.
No, she is not having it. I don't know how Martin usually talks to women, but it is not working with Michelle. And I just am like, zip it, buddy.
Truly. And it really was you heard the music shift immediately when she her body language changes.
You
and the
see
music,
it on her face.
Yes.
She does not hide her face, and I love it.
Yeah.
She's like, Girl, same. But I was watching Chantel's recap yesterday of this episode, and her co-host Tanya said, "Look at Martin and tell me about high maintenance." And I was like, "Thank you.
Look at you,
Mr. Frosted Tips. That was your nickname.
Yeah.
You've got decorations in your hair.
Every piece of jewelry that every guy in the house owns is on your body for some reason.
If I'm looking at who's high maintenance, I'm going to you.
Straight to you." Then he's like, "I didn't do anything wrong. It really was a miscommunication on Michelle's end." He's just like doubling down on like being the bad guy.
Communication from her. What? That's not. You can say, "I think we've had a miscommunication."
No.
But you can't say that person
it's her fault.
Had a miscommunication. Ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
So honestly, the fact that he gets a rose here, I was kind of surprised.
I was shocked.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
Let him go.
And he wasn't even the final rose. Like,
no, I feel like it was like already decided
that Rodney was the drama.
Kind of thing. Yeah. And then she was like, and then she had this like time with him.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, it's too late for me to change.
I guess
this.
Next week I'll get a review or something."
Next week you are going, Martin, for sure.
Right. But rose ceremony time, right? And Dax Shepard sets up the stakes for us so beautifully last time. You know, he's like just the perfect narrator for this season. He's saying like, two of us guys, like we're on the chopping block, and you know these three guys have the roses, and it's getting tough now. It's getting down to it, and I'm like, it is getting down to it for you.
For you, you have been a producer's dream.
Yeah,
but you are not.
Thank you for your service.
Yes.
Yeah,
because it's not working for you and Michelle. But yes, I've enjoyed you.
Yeah, Rick gets the first rose.
Why? I will not stop saying it.
I know. Then it's Olu, Brandon, Martin, which again just shocked me. I was like, "Whoa, okay."
I honestly thought Casey had a chance because Martin took his spot.
I thought she might do a little switcheroo at the last minute and send Martin and Leroy home, but
didn't happen.
No, I did love seeing Tasha and Caitlin come in, and they're like all white First
like,
Wives Club. I was like, okay, yes, you look amazing. And then Rodney gets the final rose.
Yeah, well, this wasn't a surprise to me. Like I feel like Rodney is here for the long haul, even though we know he's not the one.
Yeah.
I think she does have fun with him and he is going to last.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have actually, like, if they could have flipped it, Martin would have been the better last rose. And they could have flipped it. Editing. They could have made us think anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have to say goodbye to my dear friend Casey.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. I don't even think you're a good fit for Bachelor in Paradise. So this might be the last time I see you.
Yeah.
But I wish you all the best.
Truly. Leroy,
look, I
never knew ya.
I never knew ya.
Sorry.
I wanted to. Yeah. I saw ya. Thought you were a cutie. And I wanted to get to know ya.
Loved the glasses all season.
Loved it.
Really good stuff. But maybe he could be perfect for Bachelor. He's like a Marissa, right? From the most recent season. We're like, who was Marissa? And then she comes on and has this amazing love story in Bachelor in Paradise.
And we get to know you better over there. Yes, please, Leroy, for that. So bye to them.
Yeah. Well, then in the preview, it seems like everyone's doing great, you know? But this is the time when Michelle is going to have to start breaking those hearts. I mean, once we get Martin out of the picture, because like Martin is no longer a serious contender, I don't think.
Correct.
But it's like happy. Guys are starting to go on their second one-on-one dates with Michelle. And like, she's really starting, this is where we get down to it. Like you were saying, like Michelle has done such a good job of like eliminating the people who are not there for the right reasons or that she's just not clicking with at all. I mean, there's certainly still some people there that she just doesn't have chemistry with.
Right.
But we're kind of down to the guys that we're supposed to take seriously for the most part. So it's going to start to get really emotional when she sends people home.
It is. And I feel for them because like people like Brandon.
Oh, yeah.
They are into her and it's just not real. What is the 4 here? Because 4 is hometowns, right?
Yeah. So
what is the 4 here?
Well,
this is just, we're unspoiled.
Down to, guys. Unspoiled.
So these are just our guesses, predictions.
Let me just run through who's left.
Yeah.
Joe, Clayton, Nayte.
Yeah.
Rick, Rick, Olu, Brandon, Martin, Rodney. So
Yeah.
we're down to 8.
Yes.
I would say, oh my gosh, final 4.
I have a solid final 4, which is why I'm asking.
Joe Nayte.
Joe Nayte, obviously.
Brandon. And I guess I'd give it to Rick over Rodney.
Oh, interesting.
What do you think?
Joe Nayte, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that Clayton might be sticking around because of the producers. And then I'm actually throwing it to Rodney.
Rodney?
Yeah, I think that's our final 4.
Wow. Okay.
I know.
Well, make a note of that because I'm curious.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's one of those.
Rick or
One
Rodney.
of those is the final 4.
Oh, mine or yours?
Yes.
Oh, I'll have to watch this back and write it down.
Essentially, you said Rodney and Clayton.
Yes.
And I said Brandon and Rick.
Brandon and Rick. I think that unfortunately she's going to realize Brandon sooner rather than later. I think that.
Yeah, I could see him being one of those ones where she's really sad to let him go, but she's got to let him go because he's just not right.
Right. That's my hunch on Brandon because they do adore each other and I think they really do enjoy each other, but there is an obvious teacher-child thing happening there.
Yes, but we do need to see Brandon and Clayton. If they're going to be in Final 4, we need to see a one-on-one at some point. We have not seen a one-on-one with either of them yet, but I'm sure it's got. I think we see
Clayton's going to have a one-on-one.
They're getting a one-on-one.
We're going to know more about Clayton because of what's happening production-wise. I think we're going to see more about Clayton.
We are, and I'm pretty sure. Like when I was watching the preview, I saw the Clayton one, I saw the Brandon one-on-one. They're getting their time, so. Martin, I don't think so much.
Olu? Mm-mm. I think Martin and Olu might be our next.
I could see them going next.
To go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so can I throw in some astrology here, you guys?
I would love. Yes, please.
So, I am in love with Joe. Okay? It's
a documented fact.
It's folks. A documented fact. But we saw some real chemistry between her and Nayte, right?
Yeah.
Astrologically, she and Nayte actually have karmic connections. They are deeply connected on levels that they don't understand. We wouldn't understand.
Okay.
And so they genuinely do feel this connection. She also is astrologically very connected to Joe. And if Nayte weren't on the season, great. She and Joe, they would at least pick each other, right? At the end. But she and Nayte have lots of connections. Doesn't mean she necessarily picks him because, hey, life throws things at us.
Yeah.
And just because you have karmic past relationships or connections with people, sometimes you meet back up to like have closure and end those things. Like that's a reality of life. But they genuinely are connected and close and could really make it work.
Her and Nayte.
Yeah, her and Nayte.
Wow. Well, I mean, what was nice with this one-on-one is that we finally got to see them not just running away and kissing, because that's kind of all they've been doing with the time that they do get together. So, it started to feel like extra real to see them actually like opening up and sharing things about each other.
Yeah.
They
are connected, you guys. I think, even though I want her to pick Joe.
Yeah.
Although Nayte was my first.
He was your first love.
He was my first impression.
He was the only one you starred on episode 1. So.
He was. So I am great with her and Nayte. I do see the connections.
Yeah.
And he's got some really good Cancer energy, which is important to her, and that's home and family. They could.
And also, I'll say that this character, Joe is a character we've seen before. That person that comes on and they knew from this or that or the other, right? Like this is not the first time this is happening on Bachelor or Bachelorette, but that person never wins. They make it far, but ultimately, usually, our sort of hero, bachelor or bachelorette, finds a stronger connection with someone else. So I think that might be Nayte.
I think it might be, you guys. Yeah. So the dad in the preview that says he might not be ready, which first off, have we learned that these previews are always leading us?
Switch.
Yes, they will lead us astray. It'll be like, he's not ready, but now I know he is.
Right.
You know, like it doesn't mean anything, but I've heard, I don't know this for a fact, but I've heard it's Nate's stepdad.
Oh.
So, because I did also, a lot of people assumed it was Brandon's because of this whole young, maybe he's not ready.
Yeah.
He's actually like 2 years younger than her. He's not as young as he comes off.
He just has a baby face.
He just seems young. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if that's true, but I did hear that. And that's another reason I'm like, they're just leading us astray.
Of course. Yeah. And since when has that ever stopped a bachelor or bachelorette from picking somebody? Like,
right.
Come on. They're
like, you don't know me.
Right.
I make my own choices.
He is ready because I'm the one, you know, like,
yeah.
They are going to do what they want to do.
But like I said, she is also very connected to Joe. And I do think that when it comes down to it, this is going to be very hard.
I think so.
For her to choose.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're seeing that. She
but
likes
them
Nayte.
Both. I think it's Nayte.
I think it's Nayte, y'all.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's great. I like Nayte.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Joe has got so many ladies now.
Oh my God. Lined up.
Mr. Minnesota.
Yeah.
You can have the whole state. All right. Schedule change. Next week is Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So we will have to wait until the following Monday to recap next week's episode.
Yep.
I believe that is the 29th.
Correct.
So keep an eye out for that. But otherwise, Survivor is normal next week.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's not normal because David's not here. But that's okay. David will be back.
I will.
To do
the following week.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yes. And those of you joining us later, be sure you leave us a comment and let us know what you thought about this chemistry with Joe, this chemistry with Nayte.
Are you team Joe or team Nayte?
Yeah.
What?
Really, that's what it comes down to. And like, does anybody else have a shot at cracking the final two at this point?
And what is wrong with Martin?
What is wrong with Martin?
Why?
Oh my God. Yeah.
All right, you guys. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.